DetectBee identifies existing and emerging threats to your company by analyzing both your company and all of the companies and organizations you work with. 56% of all cybersecurity breaches come from suppliers and other business partners. So DetectBee identifies weaknesses in that population, the entire hive, and shares specific and actionable information with you and your partner organizations to keep everyone updated about progress and safer. So in today's demo, we're going to walk through a couple of aspects of our application and show you how we help to protect the entire hive and keep everyone safer. Existing users can log in using their credentials, but new users can immediately join the community. They may have received an invitation from a vendor or from a client, or they might have been invited by somebody already within their organization who's delegated aspects of security to them. So let's get started by logging in with our Google credentials using OAuth. And you can see immediately the application sort of steps you through an onboarding procedure using a wizard-like workflow. And in today's demo, we're going to take you through all of the steps required to take a look at websites and software, passwords, as well as your allies and their infrastructure, all in an effort to alert you to existing threats and threats that may be emerging. So as I mentioned, you may have received an invitation from someone in your organization, or you may want to delegate portions of your infrastructure to someone else, which you can do right here. But we're going to step through all of it. So first, we're going to enter our website, and it's any website that we might own or manage using our own domains. So in this example today, we're going to be using bigbrandsupplycompany.com, and we'd enter that information and just step right through. Now it'll ask us if we manage other things like email servers or HR portals or something else in our infrastructure. And if we're confused by anything, we get tooltips that sort of help us understand what each item might mean along the way. And we can add more, as many as we need. And then when we're done, the application tells us, hey, it's found 3 websites that we manage that have some risk. And at the conclusion of the survey, it'll tell us what we might do to fix those risks. So the second step is to identify passwords. And since we identified that we use a mail server, this mail.bbsco.io, that's the domain where our mail server is hosted, it automatically populated that. Now, we could, of course, add anything else that we want in terms of passwords, or we can continue. And if we continue, we can also enter additional non-domain-based profiles. Like, for example, a lot of companies do use generic Gmail accounts, though they shouldn't, but they do anyway, for things like Google Analytics or a lot of data providers. Sometimes departments will share credentials. So this is a way for companies to enter email addresses that may not be attached to their mail domain or their primary domain. You can also import from a CSV or add another. And you can see that the interface has told us that there are 26 passwords at risk. So we will continue on. And in the software section, we can add as much software that we use. That might be cloud-based software or end-user applications or system software. And in this case, we've started to type MailChimp. It does give us search suggest, but it also uses faceted navigation. So if we didn't start typing MailChimp, it would show everything within all of these different infrastructures. But as we start typing, it will remove those things that are no longer applicable. And we continue to add as much software as we need to until we're done. And it's found 15 softwares that we use that are at risk. And then in the fourth step, we can take a look at other companies that we do business with, either clients or vendors or business partners. You can add that company name. If you want to, you can connect to an API if you use either a CRM, a customer relationship management software, or if you have a procurement department, or accounting software, or accounts payable or receivable. You can also import from a list, and you can continue adding as many allies as you want. And then it did find 5 allies at risk. And then the last step here is a survey. It's just a short survey, and it only takes about 60 seconds to complete, or we can skip it, but we're going to just step through that survey right now. You can also skip any of these questions. So firstly, have we implemented a comprehensive threat management program? And if we're not sure what that is, again, there are tooltips that we can access that help us at each step along the way. Do we have password control rules? Do we require our employees to change their password at regular intervals? Do we have a firewall? And do we make sure that people connect via a VPN, which obviously in the current climate is really important. People are working from home. People are working not in the office normally during business anyway. And we obviously want to make sure that people are protected. And question number 4, the penultimate question, are you PCI compliant? Are you complying with FERPA and any other regulations for how you transact or store data? And then the last question, is there an IT department or a systems administrator, somebody who or department who centrally manages and updates information? And then when we're done, it will take us into the dashboard. Now, the first time you launch the dashboard, it will show an overlay tool, a simple onboarding tool. You can, of course, close out of that anytime you want, or you can let it step you through and explain exactly what the interface does and how you can work with the tool. And you can also invoke that at any time from any screen up at the top here. So we're looking at the immediate risks dashboard, and there are a few features to this. First, it shows risks from allies, and then risks from websites. Now, I'm going to close out of the tutorial because I'm just going to step you through that in the demo.